I made my first $1 million when I was 19 years old, but before that, I was in the same spot as many of you guys. I was completely broke, working at a golf course for literally like 14 bucks an hour and trying my best to figure out how to make it out. In this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly what I would do if I were to make my first $1 million at a young age, if I had to start from zero. And no, I'm not special. I'm literally just a normal kid who happened to figure it out. And if you watch to the end, you could too. So let's get into it. First things first, mindset shift. Before I had even made $1, I had to undo the broken mindset that I was in and completely rewire the way that I thought. Because before, I not only was so wrapped up in the current limiting beliefs that I had, but I was also worried about what people thought of me and simply just wasn't willing to do the things that I knew in the back of my head I needed to do in order to get to where I am today. Every day I would wake up knowing that there was tasks I had to complete in order to get closer to my goals. But for whatever reason, I just acted like those things never existed. And when you choose to not do the things that you know you need to do every single day to get to where you want to go, it makes it very hard to ever eliminate the limiting beliefs that you're not capable of doing the things you need to do to get to where you want to go. I think that from the get-go, when I was first trying to get into all the online business stuff, I was chasing the short-term dopamine, from playing video games to hanging out with my friends to solely just being a degenerate. I wasn't focused on chasing something long-term and allowing myself to build real happiness that comes from fulfillment of actually doing something that betters you as a person. And as soon as I was able to realize that if I started chasing genuine fulfillment that pushed the needle forward and that ultimately get you closer to the goals you're looking to achieve, it automatically allows you to adapt your mindset to chasing that natural dopamine that comes from doing things that actually benefit you. So when I was actually able to switch my mindset, I wouldn't definitely say it was instant, it happened over time, but that's when literally everything started to change for me. Now currently looking at where I am, I even oftentimes find myself falling in the trap of waking up and chasing some of that fake dopamine that comes from doing like short-term beneficial stuff. But looking at the bigger picture, I think I can confidently say that every day I still wake up and to an extent chase that genuine fulfillment, that genuine dopamine, and do things that naturally benefit me as a person. So I think on a daily basis now, compared to my mindset back then, I'm more focused on at least achieving the tasks that I know I need to do before allowing myself to chase any of that short-term happiness or things that give that fake dopamine, as I would classify it. And I truly think I'm at a point in my career where limiting beliefs damn near no longer exists. There's nothing that I don't believe that I'm able to achieve because I've seen myself already achieve so much. And through that experience of actually doing that, it's allowed me to be able to focus on the bigger picture and actually understand that I'm no different from anyone who has done the things to get to where they are, and I'm fully capable of doing them as well. And I truly believe whatever you put your mind to, you're actually capable of achieving. But so many people get trapped in the thought of thinking they're not able to do it, which is literally what limits them from never being able to do it. Now, here's a mistake that held me back 2 years. I kept jumping from business model to business model. And instead of picking just one skill to learn and sticking with it, and you don't just learn any skill, like specifically you need to learn a skill that people are actually willing to pay for. And lucky for you, I'm gonna make this easy and show you the exact skill I learned to make my first $1 million at 19 years old. I'll give you the full breakdown of it. But this is the part that 99% of people get stuck at. They say they wanna get into business, and then they go and chase whatever new shiny business model is trending. Then they're permanently stuck in the beginner stage because they never commit to something for more than a couple weeks. Even I did this. When I was around 15 years old, I decided to try to get into the online business stuff that I was always seeing all over my TikTok For You page, all over Instagram, all over YouTube. And the first thing I ever decided to try, which was the shiny object at the time, was NFTs. I got into the crypto world and quickly I learned that it wasn't easy as it seemed online. I think the biggest mistake that I made getting into that was the fact that I was literally focused on just making money rather than actually building a skill set that could be valuable to other people, specifically other people who would have been willing to pay for it. I was just so focused on the shiny object, shiny object, shiny object. Eventually, I quickly learned that NFTs were never going to be a way for myself to make money. So then I decided to move into the next shiniest thing, which at the time was crypto, which again, pretty damn quickly learned that that wasn't going to be as easy as I thought it would. And again, was focused on building no real skill set and just how do I make money doing this. So then that led me to the next thing, which was drop shipping. And even then, drop shipping is something where sure, you build a little bit of a skill set that in some realm could be valuable to other people, but you're still not providing any of that skill set to other people. And I pretty quickly gave up on that after launching like 3 different stores. 2 of them ended up doing like a couple $100s in sales, but never anything that actually really put any profit in my pockets. I was just jumping from thing to thing to thing. But I think if I could give my younger self one piece of advice, that would probably be it. Pick one skill that's valuable, stick with it long enough, stay consistent, provide that skill to other people, and get really fucking good at that skill. And don't focus on the money that's coming in, solely just focus on how good you can get at that skill set. And back to the whole mindset thing, I think that's a big thing, is so many people get into online business just focusing on how much money they can make rather than, yo, how good can I get at this skill? And then as soon as you master the skill, the money comes naturally. Even if you think of something that's not technically an online business model, like photography or videography, nobody's ever gonna wanna hire a shitty videographer. The man sitting behind the camera right now, I wouldn't have hired him if he was shit. But before, he focused on building his skill set, getting really good at operating a camera, and then the money came naturally for him. So when I was able to realize I need to pick one skill that other people will pay for and stick to it, which for me personally, I found freelance brand scaling, which long story short, I got into by running my own clothing brand, learning how to run ads for my clothing brand. And then I built connections in the clothing brand space. And that's exactly how I signed my first client. I just did some outreach to the other brand owners I knew and then signed my first client pretty easily. So the whole business model is literally just running ads for other businesses. And that was exactly what made my first million. And it's still what I'm doing to this day. It allowed me to skip out on college in the traditional 9-to-5 route. It bought me my dream house, 4 of my dream cars, and it consistently makes me multiple 6 figures per month. And I'm not trying to say this to flex. I'm saying this to prove that to the kid who was once working at a job can do this shit, and you can too. So if you don't know what freelance brand scaling is, it's essentially a service-based business model where I run ads to help scale businesses. And I highly recommend anyone who is starting off with a blank slate to get started with this business model, because the barrier to entry is so fucking low. So how can you actually get started with freelance brand scaling? Well, let's talk about the business model breakdown. Exactly what I'm about to tell you is how I turned random people on the internet into 5K a month clients. And if you stack up enough clients like that, before you know it, you'll be making more money than you even know what to do with. And to be totally honest, for the majority of people, it doesn't take that long to get your first client. When I was running ads for my clothing brand, I quickly realized that I had obtained a skill that could be valuable to other people. So what did I do? I went and started reaching out to a bunch of different businesses, pitching them on them paying me for the skill set that I had to make them more money. So basically I hit some brands up, was like, yo, let me run ads for your business. If I make you money, you pay me a percentage of everything I generate. And they were like, yeah, because to them, it's like, okay, this dude only gets paid. I only pay this dude if I make him money. It was like a win-win on both parties. So that made it really fucking easy to sign my first client, which literally was like a day after I had started ever even doing outreach. But how can you actually start freelance brand scaling? Let's start with finding your first client. There's 3 core ways to go about signing that first client. Number 1 is gonna be cold calling. Number 2 is gonna be cold email. And number 3 is gonna be social media DMs. Now, once you get your first client, it's time to actually start running ads for them. And that starts with knowing what makes a good ad. Number 1, your content needs to be good looking, intriguing, and have a nice aesthetic. Number 2, the product you're running ads for needs to be a good product. For example, it's unique, it stands out against others. Number 3, the offer for that product needs to be a good offer. Customers need to see that ad and be like, damn, I'm gonna buy this because I get this from buying it. Exclusivity to make customers feel like they're getting the win. Very, very, very important. This could be a discount, this could be free shipping, free bracelet, free keychain, depending on what the business is. That's kind of examples for like a clothing brand. And now once that's good to go, I have tutorials all over my page on how to actually run ads. Those videos will go over how to set up your account, linking the pixel, and how to actually set up and run the ads. And just like that, you essentially know all of the basics of what freelance brand scaling is. This is the same method I've used to teach Josh, who now makes 40K a month, Jaden, who makes 30K a month, Jose, who makes 60K a month, and they all do this with freelance brand scaling. So I know although this video didn't go that in depth on how to actually do it, I figured I would kind of remake a video of what freelance brand scaling is, as I haven't done that in a long time and have a lot of new viewers. But I have many more videos across this whole channel going more in depth on how you could actually start, as well as I have a ton ton of videos to come. So let me know down in the comments below what types of videos you guys want to see. Is it about running ads? Is it about how to do outreach, how to sign your first client, etc. Give me some ideas down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in applying for the Elite Roundtable, which is my one-on-one coaching group, the link is the top link in the description. We've been absolutely fucking crushing inside of there lately, and I have no shame in pitching this to you because it's a good fucking product that I work my ass off on and that gets people real results. But anyways, appreciate y'all watching. That's all I got. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.